We are back on the boat build, and we've got a pretty ambitious list of things I want to get done in this video. So we're going to get started on it. One thing is to get this first floor siding 100% complete. But to cure some of my burnout, we're going to take this material that's been sitting there for a long time, go ahead and do the railing along this walkway. We have been holding off on this railing until we got the siding done because I didn't want to navigate the walkway with the sheets of the siding and have a railing in the way. But the sheets are up. We're just down to the trim work. So I'm ready to get that thing up there because I want to get this material off the ground. So I'm running 4x6 for my posts. The boat has 4x4s, as you can tell. The dock is different than the boat, so I want to build the railing differently than the boat railing, so it's distinguished. Distinguishable. Detrimental? Different, so that it's different than the boat, all right? That's what we're going with, 4x6. And we're just matching where we got our concrete pillars. So here, here, and here will be held back from that end. We are going 42 inches to the top of our railing. I should say 42 inches is what we're after, so we're gonna go 43. 43 is right there. And we'll measure down to here. We got another 10. So 43 plus 10 is 53. Nice job. Appreciate you keeping up on the math there. But we're laying a board flat on top, a 2x, which is 1.5 inches, so we can come 1.5 inches off 53, 51 and a half. So we need 6 of them at 51 and a half. That puts us just a little bit over that 42. That way we're not flirting so hard with it. I forgot Dirt Perfect came up and borrowed a 2x10. And I was like, oh, I think I'm short, but I'm not. We're okay. Everything's okay. If you get you a board to cut your longer stuff on, makes it a little bit easier for you. So that gave me 5. I'm gonna have to pick up one more 4x6. I thought I'd ordered enough, but we also use these for some beams underneath that deck, some decorative beams. One short, that's okay. Not the end of the world. Next thing we're doing is pure aesthetics, but aesthetics matter on a build like this. I like it that depth though, and I know it seems silly, but I think I'm going to do them all like that and just finish them off with the Sawzall and then polish them with a little paper. Because I think that looks, I want it to at least be a little over half. And that's what we're going to have to do to make that happen. So let's just run through that step. Go flip this over, make a mark, 10, square, double check our measurement. We're going to put a block on here. All right, let's try that again. Much better. Look at the bevel. Huh? Some fine looking artwork. Fine looking artwork. That has no right looking that good. Would you look at that? The old disappearing trick. Gone. See what I mean? Gone. She looks dandy. It's looking great. So just so you can visualize it, one of the really cool details we will do at some point in the future, it's not priority for this thing being open and rentable, but it'll really look awesome, is we will put boat cleats back here on the dock, and we'll put a boat cleat on each end of the vessel, the stern and the bow, and we'll run ropes back to it so it looks like it's tied up to the dock. It'll look really cool. So we're running one flat on top. It will not be attached to the railing on the boat, but it will be close enough that the gaps are to code. Where are you guys? You see something over there? Don't know why you're looking over there. Now, if you're thinking, Mike, that railing is big and bulky and ugly and doesn't match the theme at all. This is a trust the process kind of thing. Let me walk you through the long-term vision, and then we'll get going on some of that siding trim. We've got the 2x6 on top. The 2x6 on bottom, yeah, it's obnoxious, but there's a reason, okay? There's a reason. Remember down here on the bottom where we gave it a little wow right there? Top railing gets the same thing, okay? So it gets that little arch cut out of it, and on the end, just like that does. So I need the height of that 2x6 to do it. That's why I was trying to use these shorter screws originally so they wouldn't get in the way of the cut. End up running these longer ones, but I think we'll still be okay. At the most, we'll probably come up to here on that arch. So we should be out of the way of those. I don't think we'll get into those whenever we go cutting. But that's gonna get that, okay? It's also gonna get a pretty heavy chamfer on each side, and then some heavy sanding. I want it to have that, it's been used for a long time kind of look, all right? Then there will be a board on the bottom, possibly a board in the middle, but we're gonna put a net up here. We've been to a few places that were kind of marine themed, looking at what they got going on. A lot of them ran netting right here on the inside, and we like that. So we might have to run one on the inside, just depends on the netting we get, but that'll be that board on the bottom, maybe in the middle, netting. It is big, bulky, and ugly right now, but that's so I've got material to carve it down to the aged and aesthetic look that we're trying to get. Let's see if we can pick up where we left off on this trim. We're going to start on the bottom, run towards the front. How you doing? Gentle drop. So if you saw the previous videos, you know we're making our own trim for underneath the windows. We'll get that ran real quick, then we'll start boxing those windows in. We are short on some trim. Okay. Mike just sent me a message and said, I just dropped the lift off. It is ready for you when you are ready for it. And I am ready for it. I need to get a picture of the hours real quick. He said, just filled it up with fuel and he just got done using it. So she should be absolutely good to go. But crazier things have happened. So let's just check the oil real quick. I don't remember if it's on this side or the other side. Okay, let's act like we knew it wasn't over here and we were just looking at things. All right, we're just looking at things. Oh, it's on the side that the engine is. You know, some things are just hard to figure out on your own. It's got it. Well, it's here. That's exciting. You guys remember the old gymnasium that we're trying to save? You guys know how it's like really expensive and the next step is replacing this concrete wall? Yeah. You know how we've been doing partnerships to help cover that expense? So whenever we get enough funding from those partnerships, we can do that. And the great news is we're working with Brunt again, which is like the third or fourth time that they have helped support us save this thing. Also, I do want to point out, this is not commission. I don't make money off of what you buy. They just pay me a flat rate. I take that money, I put it into an account, and when we get enough, which is $10,000 to this next step, then we will do this next step. I think they love this project as much as I love their product. Let me show you two things. This I bought with my money. I did use my coupon code, which is down in the description. It gave me like 10 bucks off. You can use it as well. But these are fleece-lined pants. Look at it. Soft. And it's warm. Oh, I forgot, I still got their boots on too. But the fleece-lined pants, the most exciting thing I like though, is their hoodie that they have. If you've ever paid attention to any of my hoodies on my other videos, I have no drawstrings. I cut my drawstrings off. That's so whenever I'm working on my clapped out Ford Ranger that has 276,000 miles on it, and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with it, my drawstring doesn't go down in this fan shroud and then pull my face into it. Or PTO shafts, or chainsaws, or circular saws. If you're in the trades, the drawstring, it's like a death string. Brunt had a pretty daggone simple solution. It's just a simple hood. I will point out too, the top of this is made to where it stays up. It's almost like a baseball cap. But they use this brand new technology called buttons. So if you need to snug your hood up on a day like today, no death strings, you still get a functional hood, or you can have it nice and loose to go over your sock cap. It's very slick. Pockets, you get it. It's a hoodie. It just has really simple solutions that solve problems we've all been complaining about with hoodies. For people like us that work in the trades, it's fantastic. And even if you're not in the trades, you probably know someone who is. Christmas is coming up. It'd be a fantastic gift. The hoodie is great. The pants are great. Everything I have from them is great. So if you're in the market for it, check them out. Links down in the description, probably in a comment too, if I remember. I typically don't, but you can check. And if you're not in the market, at least tell them thanks for supporting it, because without their help, none of this would be possible. The day we get to replace that wall, that's gonna be a good day. I'm not lying to you. I did lie to you. 277,000 miles. Not bad. All right. Anyway, it's snowing, so we gotta turn the windshield wipers on real quick. There we go. Okay. It is a new day. It is a windy day. And it's kind of colder today. We're down in the 40s. We've got the lift. I don't know how long we're gonna have access to the lift. We could continue with trim on the other side, so the first floor would be 100% trimmed out and done. But considering the circumstances, we're gonna go ahead and start moving on to the up high stuff with the sheet goods. Starting with the must have the lift for, it would definitely be helpful to have the lift for, and it's just pure luxury to have the lift for. That's the priority we're gonna work. Must have the lift for. So just how we have this metal trim on the bottom, we gotta get that installed on the back. We can get a line hooked here. check. Next step, I need to get a height and transfer that height across. That height is determined by, there's a 2x10. LP says you can't span full length like that. Also, I think it would look a little goofy. So I kind of like a visual break there anyway. We're just running a 2x10 across there. I need to see where that height's at, and that way we know how tall to make these pieces of sheeting. Because of the trees, we don't have enough room to swing. We've got to go straight up, rotate. And then once we get positioned over there, that's just the spot it stays in. Look at it. It looks more like a boat from the sky than it does the ground, and that brings me joy. Anyway, around we go. Had to go grab some gloves real quick. The wind is just cutting today. The reach. Check out the, look at the flex in that, huh? That's fun. Quit. Let's see, so 9 1/4. And then we're gonna have a gap. So let's just go 9 1/2. Put a lot of faith in this old scaffolding board that I made. A lot of faith. Got our spacer blocks on the bottom. We're looking good. That'll work. No. Come here. Got it. Ta-da. So I got all my sealing up done that I had not had a chance to do before. All those nail holes, they look great. Oh, right there, I missed one. Deck on it. Okay, we're gonna go up there and hit that one. The next step though, we're gonna bend a piece of flashing over there on the brake to go right there. Let me get that one I missed. Well, now I lost it. Did I see it? There it is. No, I got it. I got it. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Get it worked in there real good like. Okay. So the brake I'm borrowing is 10 foot long. I'm guessing we're gonna have to do this in 2 pieces. Yeah, let's see what we can get accomplished. Make them longer than they need to be so they can overlap, and then we can just trim them up once we get them bent. Wonderful. And then we're gonna break this in half. This is a 24-inch roll. It is half of 24, it's 12. I don't mean to brag. I'm not trying to show off here, but I really hope one of these trees doesn't fall over on me. Gonna really ruin my whole day. Beautiful. And we're gonna rip it in half one more time. That gives us 4 6-inch strips. Beautiful. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, it all starts with a hymn. Get down in there. There you go. Get her crispy. Wow. We'll give it a little lip. We're just eyeballing this one. This just gets eyeballed. You know, it's like, there it is. Probably good enough for a boathouse in the woods. Love it. But I want it to have some slope to it. Just a little. Let the water get off of there. That's what we're looking like. Let me make one more of those. We'll go get her installed. Now this is gonna go over this. Bottom of this corner here is gonna go on that chalk line we put up earlier. And then that leaves us room for that trim board to go on there. I think I'm gonna extend this flashing out like this. Stay. Sturdy building. 63. Okay. A little caulk in here. In the hopes that, well, if you put the nail in the wrong, you put the nail, Mike, you shouldn't have put a nail there yet. Hold on. When you used to do something but you haven't done it for a long time, this is what happens. You forget things like this. And then you put the caulk on the wrong thing. Now this happens, okay? Poor fella, he just did it all backwards. Anyway, this is what we're going for. This maneuver, right? Get around that, thank you. Right there. Let's just slide it down to where we need it, which is right, almost there. Thankfully, a board's gonna cover the part we messed up, and that's okay. Did you nail through your glove, Mike? No. No, I would never do that. Okay. These are not gonna be waterproof anymore. We got our zip system flashing tape. We're gonna tape across the top of that. We're gonna measure for that 2x10. 30. Okay. So we got our cut to length, and then we're just gonna add a little detail on each end. Yeah, all right. I need a little more peripheral on this. Okay. Nope. Oh gosh, things are about to get real bad. Hold on. Nope, I got it. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Might seem like it's not. And I can see why you would think that, but it is. We've got it under control. Okay. Gotta notch these ends where the deck board goes, which makes sense. I didn't think about it. Rough flash over this. Just flashing on flashing on flashing. We just used the rest of that piece we had earlier to cut this and make it work. That sunshine's feeling good. Tell you that. Tell you that right now. I ran out of zip tape again, so we're using the Georgia Pacific force field. I do feel the zip tape is a far superior product. They didn't pay me, I bought all this out of my own pocket. Between the zip system and the Georgia Pacific, there's a reason the Georgia Pacific is less expensive. It is not near as good quality. It is still good quality and a good product, and I'm fine having it on the build, but it is not as good as zip. You can just feel it in the materials. Now, before we can start running that sheeting, or the siding right here, go up our fantastic custom spiral staircase. Excellent. At some point we'll get actual hardware. Fancy. We have to at least get that piece of F channel installed, because the siding goes over that F channel. Well, that seems to be working. Oh yeah. Oh, we're doing it. All right. It's the first time I've seen it from this perspective, these decks. They just look awesome. It's gonna be a little tricky too, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go flush with, get off that top. All right, got a plan, Mike? Oh yeah, yeah, we got it. We got a plan. These are full sheets, full height anyway. Our spacing's a little bit more on these, height-wise. Going like that, and then, okay. Then we're just gonna stand on this board here and set the sheet on it. Get that board where I want, and then we just give her a couple of those. Forklift, you know what I mean? All right, let's go down and pick it up. A little more, I don't know if I have that range of motion. We'll try, here we go. 1, 2, there she is. Okay, and if you guys can just, just kidding. Oh, easy, easy, easy. Oh, I can't quite reach that. Nice. Oh yeah, that'll work. Borrow my foot for a minute. There we go. Just gotta time the swings. There we go. How's that looking? Oh, pretty good. It's not bad. I have no words to describe, oh, careful guys, how satisfying that is. Can you imagine that paddle wheel on the back? Next video, right back on this, up on the wheelhouse. We're gonna try to get all the sheeting up on the wheelhouse, which means we've got to do the soffit up there as well. If we do decent on time, we'll work on the soffit on this back part. But we're gonna keep pushing on the siding until it's 100% knocked out. And then probably the porthole windows, some electrical, some insulation, mini split. Sun's coming out. It's going back in. It was close. We was really close to something there. If it's your first Captain Kleeman video, welcome aboard. Boat jokes. Okay. If you've been with us for a while, help me out with some more boat jokes. You know, I'm running out. We've been on this for 4 years now, and I didn't have that much boat material prepared. So, happy Thanksgiving, and don't forget to check out Brunt. Sir Hoodie, their pants and their boots. I wear it. You know, I don't just do the video clip and then throw it in the closet. If you see it on the channel, I'm using it.